Minecraft.
So how did this 3D sandbox game with blocks, creatures, and a community really take off and captivate the attentions of hundreds of millions of people worldwide? From its inception in 2009 when Notch dropped this game, it allowed both players and creators to use their creative expression in order to build anything that they want. There was no rules or limitations in terms of what you can build, and you let your imagination and creativity go to work.
Ultimate game of all time, Minecraft.
So with the explosion of popularity, you had tons of creators from both small and large content creators out producing a waterfall of information and videos on YouTube. So views kept on taking off on YouTube, hitting all the way to 500 billion and then 1 trillion views on YouTube. Minecraft started getting so popular, it hit record sales and caught the attention of the big Microsoft.
Mojang has confirmed it's being sold to Microsoft for $2.5 billion.
So since that sale, things started to go downhill from there. Microsoft taking over Mojang was probably one of the worst things.
Infected him.
The most controversial Minecraft update to this day is Update 1.9.
Because updates were very stagnant, players were unhappy, very little happened in between of 2014 to 2018. So the Minecraft community really felt abandoned, pushed aside, and not really a primary focus of Mojang and Microsoft anymore. So Microsoft and Mojang, with their terrible, non-existent upgrades, along with the severely restricted user agreements, has managed to upset its huge player base and content creators. You really don't get that nostalgic feeling every time you play Minecraft like the way it was 10 years ago.
Minecraft just doesn't feel the same anymore.
So the game is really stagnant, nothing much is happening, users are upset, creators are leaving. And that creates a perfect opportunity for another player to step in and to fill that void that Microsoft and Mojang is not doing. So the HYTOPIA project and team is the complete opposite. They come with full of energy, they're building something from the ground up that's going to replace all of the things that's missing in the current Minecraft right now. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you all about the HYTOPIA project and where they're going, and why this team has everything that they need in place in order to build a much better Minecraft experience for everyone. So in today's video, we're going to discuss 3 critical components. Number 1 is, what is HYTOPIA? Part number 2 is, we're going to break down why HYTOPIA is different and better than the current Minecraft situation. And then number 3 is, we're going to look at the HYTOPIAN economy. So that's the tokenomics, the HYTOPIAN worlds, how that fits together with today's valuation, and then just some of my personal thoughts about where I think HYTOPIA is going within the next few years. Okay, so an important disclaimer before I get started. Please do your own due diligence and research around projects that you're interested in. This is not investment advice. The crypto market's already volatile enough, so you got to take some responsibility for your own action. So make sure, guys, that you do your own research. So with that, let's get right into this project. So first off, HYTOPIA is not just a single game, but it's a game developer platform with many games. It's built from the ground up, built from scratch, and takes a lot of inspiration from Minecraft. The gaming style, the mechanics of a game that we've all loved for the past 10 years. So the goals of HYTOPIA is to capitalize on the huge player base within Minecraft, and then also address some of the limitations and setback within the ecosystem, modernize the gaming experience for players, and then putting players and creators first. So the pre-beta registration is happening right now. The beta game is going to be released at the end of 2023, or more likely in Q1 of 2024. Right now, let's take a look at some of the alpha footage from the team and a small subset of test users and see how it looks. So looking at some of the footage, you can see this really cool Joker walking around, the skeleton right over here, and then you can also see they have their own marketplace. Now, of course, this is a mock-up, but that's what the final design will likely look like because the team has already released its pre-alpha footage. So let's check out some of the gameplay in its pre-alpha footage. So right over here, you can see HYTOPIA Alpha version 0.1. So you could see it has that look, that feel of exactly what that Minecraft journey was for a lot of us right over here. So I just want you to get a good look, and it already looks pretty good. It looks and it feels pretty good just by looking at the gameplay footage that the team's putting out. And of course, during this alpha phase, they're really testing for bugs and going through making sure that before they release it to the public in its beta phase, that most of the kinks have already worked out. And of course, if you've been following along within the Discord, the team has already said that during its beta release, they're going to release like a full game. We're not going to get something that's broken, but we're going to get a full game, a beta version that's actually worthwhile playing. So a lot of people are really excited. And if you check out this zombie right over here, that's really cool. You can certainly see that the alpha footage gameplay already looks amazing. And like many people who are following HYTOPIA's ecosystem, I can't wait to start testing it out in its beta phase. So I just pulled out this tweet right over here from a friend of mine's, Adonis, and a great HYTOPIAN community member, just showing the difference between HYTOPIA and Minecraft. I think certainly the HYTOPIAN graphics looks a lot better than what Minecraft has. So I'm really looking forward to playing this game. The graphics and the gameplay experience, I think, is going to be a much better experience for gamers and creators alike. So as you can quickly see, the HYTOPIA team is very focused on the gameplay experience right now. But as you dive deeper into the HYTOPIAN ecosystem, you're going to see a paradigm shift. Less focus on the company and limitations, and more on the players, creators, and developers. So let's dive into that. So in this section, I'm going to talk about why I think HYTOPIA is different and better than the current Minecraft situation. Before we get started, we have to understand what is wrong with the current Minecraft situation right now. So if you jump on YouTube right over here and you search why Minecraft, you'll see why Minecraft isn't fun anymore. Why doesn't Minecraft feel the same? There's a lot of negative things like why is Minecraft dying? And you go through it and you see endless videos of people talking about why Minecraft's content is no longer good, why there's a downfall in Minecraft, why Minecraft isn't fun anymore, why is Minecraft dead. So you can go on endlessly and look at tons of video about people complaining about their experience on Minecraft. So here's a quote that I pulled up from one of the YouTube videos that I've seen. It's from Cygnus MC. And this quote, I feel, captivates the sentiment of the current Minecraft community right now. So he says Minecraft is built on a legacy engine that's almost 15 years old. So there is a lot of catch-ups and cleanups needed just to implement something seemingly simple. I think that this is a very good quote because it really relays the feelings of current Minecraft players, from the builders, the developers, to the players. This is what everybody's complaining about. So now if you take a step back and you look at the larger picture, since 2014 when Microsoft took over and they bought Minecraft for $2.5 billion, from there on, there was a steady decline. You could see it looking at the different articles, looking at the sentiment of the community, you could see that slow and steady decline. So you can see that the problems and the cracks within the ecosystem began way back then in 2014, when Mojang and Minecraft made it incredibly hard for servers to stay alive. Many servers had to close down at this time. And then in August of this year, Mojang goes to the extreme and starts banning content creators the ability to monetize. So if you take a look at this tweet right over here, you can see that Minecraft changed their guidelines, which will affect the following content creators. You can't use Minecraft in the primary title, can't use Minecrafts and their assets and sponsorship, and you can't charge a paywall for Minecraft content. If you dig further down, you can see that Minecraft is going to the extreme. So you can get all this information on the official website on Minecraft. But let me take a look right over here at this specific section. You can see that Minecraft has become very limited, very restrictive on the creators, and really just banning everything outright. I think this has left a very sour taste in a lot of the creators, and that's why a lot of the major servers have left Minecraft over time. And that's where you start to see that massive decline. And this is what HYTOPIA looks to exploit right over here. So if you start looking at these limitations and setback, I think it positions HYTOPIA in a great spot to be able to exploit some of the weaknesses of Minecraft. So take a look right over here, Minecraft with 163 million monthly active users. That's very comparable to Roblox with 214 and then Fortnite with 240. If you look at the revenue, Minecraft is nowhere as close to Roblox. So only 380 million, whereas Roblox got 2.3 billion and then Fortnite with 5.8 billion. Why? Simply because there is no support for the creators on Minecraft. And with the way the Minecraft limitations and restrictions that they putting on the creative community, I think this is going to continue to decline. So you can see right over here, Fortnite and Roblox has a lot of support for creators, whereas Minecraft really has no support for the user-generated content, the UGC community, with almost zero creator support. So that's another major weakness of Minecraft. So here's a chart showing the differences between HYTOPIA and Minecraft. Now there's a lot of different features, but I just want to focus on the more notable one. So number one is the free to play. That's actually a big barrier to entry. Right now, in order to play Minecraft, you have to fork up $29.99, so $30 US, versus HYTOPIA, which is free. There is zero barrier to entry for you to start downloading it and playing it right away. It's cross-compatible, so it'll be on a web base, it'll be on your consoles, and then mobile for later on. If you go down, you see some very interesting things on here. But one of the things that catches your attention is the in-game creator item marketplace. So there'll be a marketplace for you to create different items to be able to sell it to other players. There's also a player-to-player in-game item trading, so you're allowed to trade between players. So HYTOPIA is very similar to the Minecraft experience that we know right now, but with better graphics, a more focus on the gameplay experience, and of course supporting their content creators. So the other great thing about HYTOPIA is that it's a modernized game engine. It's built from scratch. It's built from the Rust programming language, which is faster, more efficient, focuses on performance. So much better experience than the Java that Minecraft has. And because of all these features, I think that HYTOPIA is going to deliver a much better product and a superior user gameplay experience. I go back to one of the key differences between HYTOPIA and Minecraft is that it is a creator-first economy. What HYTOPIA has done is given the tools to allow creators and developers to really extensively build out the gaming experience for users. It's a creator-first economy because the revenue split between creators and HYTOPIA is 95% to 5%. You don't see this on many other platforms that are out there right now, and I think that's what's gonna wield in a lot of great creators and developers to be able to build those gaming experience that really lets the user fully immerse into the game. So before the entire Mojang Microsoft ban, HYTOPIA was really picking up steam. Okay, if we take a look at their previous traction, they touched 100,000 players within a very short amount of time. They were on its way to a parabolic user growth. There was actually 1 million in-game transaction, and 57% of the users were first-time crypto users. Of course, with the new beta release, you don't need to own any crypto or understand crypto wallet. All of that is happening in the back end. So I think the barrier to entry is going to be much easier, and the focus is actually on good gameplay experience. The HYTOPIA team already has a very strong online presence. They have about 120,000 organic followers on Twitter and about 70,000 or more in Discord, but this number has grown over time. The revenue stream is that there was over 200 million in terms of secondary trading volume. Those are the HYTOPIAN worlds, which we're going to talk about next. And then also their monthly recurring revenue MMR right over here is roughly between 50 and 100,000. And then the beta release is going to happen likely in January of 2024. So I think Q1 of 2024 in order to be a little bit more realistic with the delivery of the game. So one of the things I really enjoy about this team is that their constant communication. Arc and Temp is communicating with the rest of the community every single day. You see them on Discord. If you just jump into Discord, you're going to see them every day. There's no other founders that are doing that right now. They're updating us on Discord, on Twitter, and they're constantly keeping the community engaged. In terms of the development of the project, if we just jump on right over here on X, so we could see that the mainnet has already been deployed. So the mainnet is HYTOPIA's layer 2, their own blockchain. You can bridge from ETH into the mainnet. The bridge has already been built and deployed. You can see that the mainnet has achieved a 1-second target block time and handles 4,000 transactions. So there's plenty of room to grow this for the gaming economy within HYTOPIA. Now, when you jump right in here and you take a look at a transaction in the HYTOPIA blockchain, you could see right over here, this transaction, the transaction fee was 0.0001 of a HYTOPIA. So in actual dollar terms, you can see how minuscule this is in terms of a transaction being executed on HYTOPIA's blockchain. This is a hell of a lot cheaper than anything that you execute on ETH and in tons of other chains. And if you don't want to be like this guy right over here and pay this sort of craziness during that entire, crypto bull run, NFT bull runs, people are paying an incredibly crazy price. So the other thing that really makes me excited is the number of pre-beta registration. Now it started out in mid-September, and within a day it really hit 100,000 pre-beta registration, and from there on HYTOPIA never looked back. It crossed the 250,000, 500,000, and then currently right now you could see that it's over 1 million pre-beta registration. So there's a hell of a lot of interest in HYTOPIA once it launches. Okay, so on to part 3, the tokenomics of the HYTOPIA ecosystem. This is the part that most of you are really here for. So let's start off. So you need 2 elements in order to really understand the HYTOPIA ecosystem. Number 1 is the HYTOPIAN worlds. These are the so-called NFT worlds that you need. And then number 2 is Topia, the token that powers this HYTOPIAN ecosystem. So let's break them both down so that we can get a better understanding of it. So number 1, the HYTOPIAN worlds. So number 1 are these 10,000 HYTOPIA worlds, previously known as NFT worlds. You need one of these worlds in order to monetize players on a server, for content creators to create their own collectibles and sell them, trade them, to deliver new experiences to players. So there are 6 different types of HYTOPIA worlds or NFT worlds right over here. The more rare they are, the more traits that they have, the more expensive they are. And besides being able to build your content, deliver content to users within the ecosystem, you can actually stake these to earn the Topia tokens, okay? So you can actually stake these to earn tokens. If you take a look right over here at one of the more rare ones, the Utopian, you could see right over here, the Utopian world, they're going for a significant amount. And if you go to the recent sales, so I'm just going to go right over here and show you the analytics. You can see right over here, the most recent sale about 4 days ago was sold for about 13, so close to 13 ETH, so about $22,000. So some of these super rare ones are still sold for quite a bit. Now, in terms of looking at stakings, how many tokens can you earn from staking this world? Okay, if you just go to this third-party calculator, and I'm going to link it in the description below, you could see that if you input the world, so we're just going to input the Utopian world 4404 that we just looked at, and if you scroll down, it just gives you a rough estimate of what you would earn per day. How many Topia tokens would you generate from staking that Utopian world? And the equivalency in terms of US dollar right over here at the price of today's Topia, which is close to 4 cents, 37, 38, 39, 4 cents, okay? So it just gives you an estimate of what you would see over a year's time, how many Topia tokens, and in terms of the yield, what you would get right over here. So besides staking and earning a yield in tokens for your world, some of the other advantages of owning a world would be monetization. Like we said before, you can create unique in-game experience. You can sell cosmetics and skins to players within your world or charge them for services in Topia within the world gaming experiences. And then also the rarer the world, the higher it'll appear on the gaming client, so that way more people can see you and join your game. And then finally, if you really don't want to build anything, you can actually rent out your world, but that's coming and to be announced very soon. Okay, now before I jump into the current Topia tokenomics, I just wanted to bring you guys back to this post. Now, I posted this on X back on January of 2023, and I talked about NFT worlds, which is the HYTOPIA that we know today, and try MetaFab, which is the technology behind the gaming engine. So I brought this up when really HYTOPIA was dead within the waters, okay? No one was even looking at it, and everybody thought it was dead after the whole Minecraft rug. So I'm not bringing it up now because I'm jumping on some bandwagon. I've actually been talking about this for a very long time, and the people in the HYTOPIAN community will already know about it. But back then, I'm just gonna bring up this chart right over here. It was really dead within the water after it totally got smashed after that entire ban. And we were talking about the token trading less than a penny. That's when I started to look at Topia even closer, okay? And back then it was known as the world token, went through V1 and then V2, and then it got to Topia where it is today. I saw how this team would not give up. Under the leadership of Ark and Temp, along with the rest of the team, they kept on working at it. So I've written numerous threads about this and have done a previous video. So if you want to go back and take a look at part 1 and you'll understand the entire history and where it came from. in terms of Topia's tokenomics right over here, you can see the breakdown right here. So 35% of it is allocated to world staking. So your HYTOPIA worlds, this is how much it will generate through the next 5 years, okay? From 2022 to 2027, that's what it's going to emit, the 1.7 billion Topia tokens. Okay, this is the play to earns, the grants, the centralized exchange listing. They're still looking for a CXS, so hopefully it's going to be Binance. If not, you know, somebody else, Coinbase or Kraken or one of those exchanges. It's on Uniswap right now if you want to trade it and look at it, okay? So it's 24% for that. The team earns 20%, which I think is fair, okay? The LP, so the liquidity provider, so the LP Topia pools will earn 10% for those of you who are putting up the LP tokens, okay? The world owners, so these claims have already been given out. They've gone out in 2 batches and that's already out on its way. And then avatar staking of 1%. So that's the breakdown of the Topia tokens. And then by 2027, we should see the entire token allocated. So just some of my personal thoughts where I think HYTOPIA is going. Now currently right now it's only trading at 4 cents. But when we look back in time, during the last bull market, okay? So let's take a look at the chart right over here. So here's HYTOPIA at 4 cents right now. But in order to look back at the last bull market, we're gonna look up the world tokens because that's what it traded under, okay? If you look at its all-time high, it actually traded at 62 cents, okay? So it went all the way to 62 cents. It was over 200 million market caps. So they're sitting right here. And then what happened was the Mojang Microsoft ban on NFTs coupled with a very bad bear market. It tanked the token all the way below 1 cent. And that's when I started talking about it in August, September. I started tweeting about it. I started talking about how this project was severely undervalued and there was a lot of good. And of course, it came with a great team, right? So right now in the grand scheme of things, it's still got a 20, 30x to even touch where it was before, okay? It was doing extremely well, and I think there's still a lot of room for it to grow. So here, we're just gonna use the world token because Topia is not here yet. Compare that to Sand, okay? So if you compare that to Sand right now, in terms of where the market cap is at, Topia still got a 36x to get to Sand. And if you compare it to Sand's all-time high during the last bull market, right? Topia's got a long way to go. So that's comparing it to Sand. The other one to compare it to is Mana, okay? So Decentraland right over here. So if you compare it to Decentraland's market cap right now, Topia's still got a long way to go, a 30x to go. And then of course the all-time high, that's a 200-300x for it to touch the all-time high of what Mana or Sand touched during the last market cycle. But I think it's much more realistic to get to the current market cycle right now. And I do think that there is a lot of room for Topia to grow. So given all this research, market indicators, I think the number of users and the number of gamers and players that are going to come on, it's going to blow that 100,000 line that they touched during the last bull market cycle way out of the water. And nobody could really predict the ceiling or the bottom. So nobody really knows. But what I do see is that there's a lot of interest within this market right now. Okay, I'm going to leave you off with a few things why I'm so excited for this project. Number one is the team. They're in constant communication with you, whether it's in Discord or on X. You'll see that Arc and Temp and the rest of the team is out there communicating. Even during the entire bull market, they held spaces almost every single week. They kept the energy going and the fire burning, and they never once let down their energy. So if you haven't seen my part 1, go back and check out part 1 where I really go over the team, why this is a fitting team, the talent that they bring, and why they're the team to deliver this project. So next thing is community. Now, if you just look online, look on X, there's tons of passionate community members and projects that are starting up within the HYTOPIAN ecosystem. Now, there are content creators that are coming up. Here's my friend Adonis. I used a couple of his clips throughout this video, so just shout out to him and check out his content. He always puts out good content for the community. The following 2 projects I have 0 stakes in. I don't have any stakes in the periphery projects surrounding HYTOPIA, but I wanted to mention them because I see them online all the time throughout the entire bear market building with the team, and they're putting out good content, so check them out. So one is MetaTrust DAO. So it's a DAO that has a metaverse portfolio and they are one of the biggest holders of the HYTOPIA ecosystem. So I support them because they are doing good content and supporting the HYTOPIAN community. So what's cool about MetaTrust DAO is that they are giving all their holders a fractionalized ownership of their diverse GameFi portfolio. But in this portfolio, HYTOPIA is the largest position with 14 worlds and 10 avatars. And what they do is they redistribute the yields from the stake assets on a monthly 4-tier reward system. Okay, so they're a DAO, so they operate like most DAOs do on a holder proposal and voting mechanics. So go ahead and check them out if you want further details. I think that they are great for the community. I see their founders within all of our Discord room always engaging with other members of the HYTOPIAN community. So the other project is White Sands Game. They're also another project that's doing a lot of good work on HYTOPIA. You can go to their X or their Twitter account and see what they're all about. It's also ran by another community member that's fairly active online within the entire crypto and Web3 space. So you can go ahead and check them out. I think that they're another great project. So another good announcement was the $3 million round that was raised by the team through Delphi Venture, which is a division of Delphi Digital, and a bunch of other co-investors. This was a smaller raise, but injects a lot of confidence because it shows that VC within this Web3 gaming space is still investing and believing in the HYTOPIA team. Okay, that wraps it up for this video. I hope that you enjoyed the content and that you learned something about HYTOPIA. Consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.